right, let's go, let's
One,
go.
2, 3, 4, and 5 lights, and we're waiting because there's a glitch, I guess, or something. And here they go. The drivers are off. Oh, and we see an Alfa Romeo having a really good start there. Toro Rosso as well. We'll see what happens in this first turn here.
Oh, contact between the Williams. Look like
Oh, yeah.
Fortune Hunter. Oh, there's JC. Sorry, wasn't JC. Sorry, it was. Trying to see who that was. No Frets. It was actually. Yeah, he's lost that match.
Oh, and there's a Haas who's gone off.
We went right down the inside of the ombrays. Tap the back of those best. Must have windows.
Oh, and we've seen Alfa Romeo Legion, or is that Legion? No, that's Crimsonian, my bad.
Must have it's the Metrix and Xbox. The Metrix in the wall.
Oh, to JC. Oh, when he goes onto the grass.
Yeah, JC is going to be under a lot of threat here, I think. No Frets may well go down the inside, and he does. The yellow flag in sector 2, but yeah, No Frets is down the inside. JC getting a really good run into the corner, but oh, it was tight there for a moment. No Frets is past in the meantime. JC trying to fight back. He's gone off track to do so. Just took some experience here is JC. As he pulls out here, he's looking to go around the outside in this hairpin. It's going to be a hard one to pull off again.
Oof, it was off wide here, but oh, and they tap again.
Yeah, a lot of contact there. It's a bit of a definitely
a lot of love
corner
taps.
and he's lining up in here. I think he's going to get him, isn't he? Look,
Yeah.
Overtake mode activated. Yeah, so it's like stealing candy from a kid.
Macy's tried to make a dive down his back.
Oh, and JC his spun. He hits the wall.
Big,
Wow. Like, looks like one of the Mercedes has gone off. Actually, it's Ozil and a Mercedes because they're both stopping on track here.
Sorry, dump truck round the outside of turn 1 on Grosjean.
And now they're fighting
If they try and
again.
lay it on that curb, he had some blocks and surveys. Squeeze him out. Yeah. Safety car, safety car.
Oh, yep, it's definitely. It's definitely because.
Well, he's going to go down to P3. Oh, and look, No Frets gets passed by Crimsonium on the final lap.
Oh, and Grosjean picks up the second place, and there you go. Dump Truck wins the Spanish Grand Prix for Tier 3. they go, the drivers are on. Oh, and we see an Alfa Romeo having a really good start there. Or also as well. Let's see what makes this first turn here.
It was damn near the death of us all. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dire times here.
Hey guys, and welcome to SLR. This is round 4, I believe, in Tier 3, the Thunderdome. I'm Van Beats, and I'm joining commentary today with Blessed or Cursed and Ocean Chief.
Hello.
Hello.
Instantion, SMH.
Yeah. Should
So-
be a good one today. Dry weather, as always.
Yep. In Canada. Good old nation of Canada. And looks like we finally have our first driver out. It's going to be Fortune Hunter.
Hey. My man, it's his home GP, so I'm expecting big things from him. He's been talking about big game in chat, so let's see if he can keep it off the walls. He said he's pretty good at qualifying as well, so he's hoping to get a pretty good quality lap in. Put himself at the front of the grid.
Oh. All I wait
I'm
for.
expecting a lot of carnage today, though, with this track. It's pretty much a street circuit, and you've got the walls are very close to the track, and you've got the wall of champions. Although I think for a tier 3, we'll call it the wall of chumps.
The wall of the dome.
And we'll be watching for that corner a lot this qualifying because it's a very common place to scrub your lap there.
Yeah, we should
And-
have like a permanent wall cam there, you know, just in the corner of the screen.
Wangly doggo.
And here we go. Fortune Hunter's going to start his hot lap here, the first one of the session.
Yeah, so as you know, guys, it's a tricky one to get right for the first corner there. You have to cut a lot of the curb as you approach that hairpin and into sector 2 here. The walls, as you can see, are very, very close. It's almost like they're bearing down on you as you try to thread through this. There's quite a number of these chicanes, and they all kind of have their own challenges. This one you want to get a pretty good throttle, or pretty good run out on the throttle. This one is all about the braking and trying to get a really good line on the exit. Looks like he's kind of a bit conservative here as he approaches the final hairpin. Very heavy braking zone. Keep it tight to the curb, swing it out wide, and straighten it up as you floor the gas. Yes, I said gas. We're in Canada, so it's okay.
SMH.
I'm just getting comments. Oh yeah, okay. See, Van, you've dealt with it already, the audio levels, but yeah.
Yep.
Final chicane, it's the most crucial one. You got the wall of champions. He touches it a little bit there.
What time will he pull? 10.5, okay. I think he can do better.
10.5. Yeah, it's a nice wee banker lap. It'll give him something to work with.
See, someone, Crimsonium, I think, is about to cross the line. I just noticed Crimsonium's teammate is not here, and Crimsonium pulls 1 second faster than Fortune Hunter at the moment. That's
Yeah,
gonna be
so I think the
interesting.
guys to watch out for are Crimsonium, Nico Rosberg, who's just put a 111.6, not a very fast time there on the board, and also Gross Jeans dump truck, and yeah, Ozil from last race was pretty fast, so expect good laps from those guys.
Grosjean's is on mediums at the moment, so you might be trying the one stop or just doing a little banker lap on the mediums.
Yeah,
Yep.
I think like for this track, I mean, you really just want to just go on the softs, you know, because I'm thinking there's going to be safety cars here,
Ooh.
especially in the first few laps.
There.
Ooh, Grosjean with 10.9 on mediums, and then JC right behind him with 10.2. But something to note, Grosjean, he did have his lap kind of screwed a little bit by Red Bull on the straight. Someone was going really slow back into the pits.
Yeah, not a bad try on the mediums.
Poopy is done a lap on the hard right now. And so has Neon. Pulling very similar times there. Tupaka also set one on the hards, but he definitely invalidated. He's coming back into the wall of champions. I wonder if he'll invalidate again. And he shouldn't have. I think that was a clean turn there for him.
Somewhat conservative, but it's good enough.
Yep.
Ozil going P4 there, so puts himself in the mix.
All the hard tires are really close to each other at the moment. JC pulling a really good time though with his mediums. 10.2. Yep.
Yeah, Legion up in P2 on 10.0 on the side, so not too bad.
Philo is going into the pits. And now we see Dump Truck, the leader of the Tier 3 series at the moment. He is on his hot lap on the mediums. Can he pull a similar time to his teammate? We'll find out here as he comes into turn 4.
Purple first sector if the track map is not lying.
It's showing you purple sectors?
Yeah, show that one for me, just there.
Damn,
But I
I
might
didn't...
be chatting a bit of poo-poo.
Ooh.
We'll see at the end of the lap anyway.
Satoshi in chat is a big Gross Jeans fan, it seems.
Seems like a lot of people are.
Yeah, I don't know why, but he's I think it's the name.
This
Isn't
is
it?
Roman Grosjeans. I mean, I don't know. I'd be very happy to see Mr. Grosjeans in P1 if I'm honest, but I'm not supposed to show any bias, so you know.
I can not support a name like Gross Jeans or Gross
To be
Johns.
honest.
Ooh! Dump Truck hits the wall.
Yeah.
But he'll still set a time of 10.8, which is not bad, but he'll definitely want to do better, and he probably could have done better if he didn't hit the wall here. And Flush River is also on the mediums. He's coming on to the straight now. Will he do the same thing on the wall champions? Let's find out.
Ooh, a bit conservative for the first part of this chicane.
Yep.
Will cost him a bit of time, but this is his debut race in Tier 3, and he puts himself P7. Not bad, that's okay.
Yeah, not terrible. Decent enough for him.
We'll do the job for now.
I just want to check something. Okay. Stream or SimHub just closed on me. I was wondering why my thing isn't updating. Hopefully it starts updating now.
Nico Rosberg just at 9.8 a little while ago to bring some to P2. Decent job from him.
So who is yet to set a lap then? We've got Alan Hendricks is currently out on track, yet to set a time. No Freds on an out lap, yet to set a time. And Philo, yes, so he invalidated. He's now on an out lap, all on soft tire. So can these guys put themselves in the mix? And I say guys, I actually mean there's two guys and girl, because believe it or not, yeah, Alan Hendricks is actually a female.
The first
Impossible.
ever female driver.
Yep, yep. You heard it here first.
Just in case you guys forget.
Yeah, so she's coming out of the hairpin in sector 3 onto the long back straight. DRS open. Let's see how she does with the final chicane and the infamous wall of champs. There's a yellow flag in sector 1 that shouldn't bother her too much. Bit conservative for the first part, but yeah, kept it tidy enough.
Let's see. Ooh, okay.
P7, alright.
10.6, not bad at all. And let's see, looks like we have JC causing a problem with someone. I don't know. It looks like he slowed down in front of a Ferrari. I don't know what happened there. He was on a hot lap though, which means he's going to have to return to the pits and probably get a new set of softs. Unless he wants to go on another lap with them. Hey, just 1 second, guys. Sorry about this. Okay. Hopefully updating now for you guys. And let's see, he'll probably... Nope, he's going to take another lap on those softs here. JC pulling a really good time on the medium, so I'm not doubting that he can pull an even better time with the softs. He's coming into a little bit of traffic as his teammate exits the pits. Teammate will let him go by. Got a sector for a yellow flag. It's a Red Bull. Going very slow.
Yeah. It's worth mentioning as well that Philo was on a lap. He abandoned that. It must have invalidated, so he is running out of time to get a lap time on the board. No frets, however. As you can see, he put himself into P6.
Oh, okay, so JC just scrubs the lap again. Wonder what happened there. Now it's going to be Legion about to finish his hot lap. A Ferrari man. Also, Tupac retired. I don't know what happened with that. Did anyone catch that? Did he just retire in pits or?
Yeah, I didn't catch up, but he was out on a hard tire, so maybe he's had an issue there. The hard tire is a bit slippery on this track.
Ooh, and Legion puts himself at 9.5. Good enough for the front row at the moment. It's the Philokitis has not put in a lap yet. Whoopie's still on hards, hasn't swapped yet from his tire of choice. Jan Ray Zever, who's done 3 laps on hards. Dump Truck is on a hot lap now. Let's see if he can put himself into a better looking position.
Also on a lap is Slash Bang. He's about to hit the final chicane.
Watch him.
Ooh,
Oh,
just shaves the wall there.
Yeah.
Look pretty tidy and puts himself P9, so it does improve a little bit. Just
Yep.
ahead of Elementrix.
Dump Truck's now coming into the final chicane. And doesn't hit the wall. Picks it really well. I think he'll put in a good time here as he comes across the line. Yep, he does. Second place. And wow, he is very close to that pole position right now.
Yeah, we've got Game Neighbor in chat asking what the pole position time is. 109.458 currently.
Yep. And right behind him is Dump Truck, who you just saw right now with a 9.487. So he's very close at the moment. JC on another out lap here. Wait for him to get you on his hot lap. Who else can we see here? Whoopie's still on those hards, so I think he's just getting some extra time to practice. Maybe he wants to start from the back. I know that's been a talked about strategy from a couple drivers, is to start from the back and avoid all the chaos that happens in the first opening laps, you know. And Philokitis is finally on his hot lap here on the mediums.
Yeah, currently on board with him. It cuts
I
cuts
don't
the corner
know.
massively. I don't know if it invalidated though. It didn't show up in the map as invalidated. Let's see what he's got on the board. 20.0 for the first sector. He might have got away with that, but he looks like he's backing out of this lap. He's on 0 DRS,
Yeah,
so yeah, he is indeed.
So he'll probably take it for another hot lap there, as there's only 5 minutes remaining, so time is running out here. And oh, Nico Rosbach just cuts the corner 2 and end of sector 2.
Yeah, you can get away with that as well, so we'll need to keep an eye on that during the race. You can cut that chicane massively, gain a lot of time, and not get invalidated.
Alcronsonium, the pole leader at the moment, is about to finish a hot lap here. Can he increase his time away from Dump Truck, Legion, and Grosjean and the rest of the field? If I remember right, Cronsonium won the Spanish Grand Prix, but he did get a 3-second time penalty, which allowed Dump Truck to actually take the win. So he's going to be looking for his first actual win here.
Yeah, he's looking punchy as he makes his way for the final chicane across the finish line and
Oh,
does
he
not
does not
improve.
improve. And Philokitis goes into the pins.
He was quite a bit off his time actually there, judging by the...
Oh, JC though takes up that pole position with a 9.333, and that's really good because he finally got to set in the lap with the... What the hell? Okay, never mind. I couldn't go up for some reason. I can't... What the hell's going on?
I've had that before, yeah, you can go down but not up, yeah. Strange one.
Anyway, yeah, so JC takes the current pole position right now with an impressive 9.333. Crimsonium is... I don't think he can actually have time to challenge that because he'll have to. Actually, no, he can enter the pits, get new sauce, but that's it. He's gonna have to rush his car over there ASAP. Dump truck, he has the possibility of also taking it if he exits the pit anytime soon. Legion on the outlap, so he's gonna try doing that as well. He's not too far off him, and so is Grosjean and Nico Rosbot, who are all going to be trying for that pole position. Right now, it's a very close top 7, honestly. Even if Fortuner is kind of lacking behind, but not really, because he can probably improve his time.
Russell just crossed the line there. He wasn't able to improve on his time, so remains P9. But we've got Fortune Hunter out there. Looks like he's on a lap. Actually, he does not.
Yeah, I looked at him and I saw 0 your ass. I'm like, nope.
Yeah, +8 on his time there. It's definitely not a fast lap. So I wonder if he's going to go for another run here. Must be on an out lap, actually.
He must have scrubbed it. That's why. Because he's going really slow, but I wonder if the Mercedes will block him now, so they both go for the chicane. I see on the mini map. The Legion now on the straight. Can he pull himself up to the top row or pole position here? We have a couple of people leaving the session.
Yeah, I think it's Wimpy and Elementrix. They're, yeah, Wimpy is the crew chief for Elementrix. Fortune Hunter is getting held up here by Hoopy ahead of him. I wonder if they're both on the lap here, but he is getting held up massively. Is compromising his time here.
Yep. And Legion does not improve. And I think the Fortune Hunter may have been screwed now by the Mercedes. He should have built a space while they had the chance on the straight. So I feel like that was kind of his own doing here. And he might be blocking Nico Ros. Oh no, that's Nico. That's Neon.
Yeah, that's a shame because I think Fortune Hunter was eager to get a really good lap time in. 109.9 is not too bad. I think he's got faster in him.
Yeah.
But he got held up by Hoopy, who didn't even. He wasn't even going faster himself. So.
Yeah, Hoopy now letting someone else pass. So he might not even. He's going into the pits here.
Oh,
JC someone's off.
The wall before going to the chicane for the hairpin.
Oh yes.
And then he just pulls over here to let other drivers pass.
Yeah.
So far, none of the people I was talking about have improved on their time at all.
We have 47 seconds left, so if you want to get a lap in, you need to get across that line pretty quick.
Sean, will he get past? Oh no, he's slowing down. Okay.
Yeah. Fortune Hunter is going for a second lap on these softs, so kind of compromising himself a little bit. Let's see how he does. He's looking alright so far. I'm just keeping an eye on the sector time to see if he's up or down.
He's gonna watch out for Dump Truck, who's right behind him, who's also pulling a hot lap at the moment.
And Philo across the line puts himself into P5 with a 9.7.
Nicely done. Yeah, Fortune Hunter is 0.7 up on his time, so it doesn't look like he's going to be able to do it this time. But as you say, Dump Truck right behind him.
Wow, there's a train now. And now he slows down. Fortune Hunter just slows down now.
I was going to say Dump Truck could have got a slipstream off him there, but yeah, Fortune Hunter out of the way. You're seeing a lot of cars pulling over to the side here, just staying out of the way of these guys on their final run. As Dump Truck makes it through the final chicane, does so safely.
Let's see as he crosses the line. Dump Truck does not do it better. So does Crimsonian or Legion. Now everyone's just kind of slowing down here. This is pretty much qualifying over. JC will be starting on pole with Crimsonian right behind them. Dump Truck in the second row. Legion right beside him, and Philokitis right behind Bum. Grosjean, Neon Rays. Nico Rosbach, who's debuting here today, and we can't view him for some reason. Fortune Hunter will be right beside him. Ozil also in 10th position. No Freds right behind him. Flashbang, first female driver in 13th. Limitrix, Flush Driver, or River right behind him, and Hoopy and Tupaka are in the back. And I believe someone else joined earlier, what called like KKKKK something. I don't know. So I don't know if he'll be racing or not. I don't know if he left, but he'll be starting in the back. Do you know who that is?
I think it might be Kleingo Kuhner or something like that. I don't know. We'll see for the race. But shout out to a few people in chat. We've got Lone let's see, what did I say? Lone Raider, who is a TNF Fury, who hopes to join Tier 3 by the end of the month. He's currently doesn't own the game, but he's seen the streams and he's very eager to try his hand at this here, so he's very much welcome to do so. Tier 3 is the place to start your career for sure. Also got Keyboard Magnuson saying gammon, so thanks for that. We appreciate the gammon as always. And Flip Flap is saying all my money on Legion.
You know, I'm looking at it here from the past 2 races, and I think that we're going to start seeing a rivalry form between the Alphas and the Toros. With both all 4 drivers honestly being at similar pace.
And as you said, Mossy isn't here for his Crimsonian's Alpha teammate, so yeah, he won't have his teammate here to work with. So he's gonna have to try and maximize the points for the team today.
That indeed, and it looks like whoever that K guy was, he is not in the race anymore.
Yeah, Flip Flop is saying his name was Cluck.
Cluck.
Some of these profile names are just interesting, shall we say? Yeah, so this is it, lads. The Thunderdome is about to begin.
Formation lap is about to begin right about now. Everyone has all their strategy and setups ready.
I have a request, Van. Can you play the Tier 3 trailer again, the promo?
Yeah.
Please, I want to see it. Make it so.
Welcome
So as we go through
to another
formation,
edition
you
of
guys can go ahead and watch that.
Listen on. Listen on. This is the truth of it. Fighting leads to killing. And killing gets to warring. And that was damn near the death of us all. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, die on time.
Okay, we're gonna be back now as they are on the straight. So, Ocean, what do you think the fire strategy is here for the people on the softs?
Honestly, if I was a crew chief in any of these guys, I would say you need to incorporate at least 2 safety cars into your strategy. So I would say soft, medium, soft.
Yeah, I reckon that's probably about right.
I think the preferred strategy here is soft, medium, or soft, medium, soft. Or if you can do it, medium to hards. So
Yeah,
I think
the hards, you kind of want to avoid those if possible because they can be very slippery in this track.
For
And,
sure.
Soft, medium seems to be the one that most people have been talking about for this. But as I say, safety cars could really mix things up here, and I'm expecting one early on here as the lights go up.
So 3, 2, 1. No, we know there's a little bit of delay, and here we go. The race will begin very shortly. Come on. Here we go. And it looks like JC's having a really good start here. Put himself. Oh, and Crimsonian also having a good one. They kind of built a little bit gap now. See what happens. Oh, a little bit of collision in the back of the grid here. There's a Renault off track.
Yeah, Snicker Rosberg bot gets onto the track again safely, so no carnage so far.
Yep, so far so good by everyone.
Legion, he got from P4 to P3 there. Not bad move from him on turn 1, I think that happened.
Yep, Grosjean also putting himself into 5th at the moment.
So clean getaway for everybody so far.
Yeah,
Hoopy
right
at the
now,
back.
yep, Ozil and Hoopy have both fallen behind now. You never see 2 Mercedes in the back, so enjoy it while you can.
Is this the real life, or is this just fantasy?
See if we can get the here. I want to see intervals with gained. So far,
Yes, no
Tupac,
DRS.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
gosh! It was JC
JC.
into the wall of champions. We have our first victim.
Oh, and now someone hits
And
him, but it
close
ghosted.
call there from the McLaren.
And safety car is out.
Yeah, there was a McLaren. It looked like he went for him, but I must
Wow.
have ghosted at the last second. Wow, that was spectacular. Ooh.
That came really unexpected. I was just the camera angle didn't even catch him that well. The one I got.
Yeah, I saw it pretty well. He clipped it very early on, and the car just stopped immediately. We're kind of talking about that off stream. You can't clip it, and the car will just suddenly stop, and that's your game is over.
Yep, so
Some
Jason, who
crumbs on you.
started on pole, is now out of the race, 1 lap in, and his first safety car out of 5 is out. I don't think we'll see anyone enter the pits. It's too early, you know? Like, if you're gonna go on these soft strategy and hope for the safety car, you wanna normally wait until it's, like, time for you to pit.
Yeah, but I mean, you could gamble and put the mediums on. It means that any more soft safety cars come out, you can just do the rest of the race on softs
Yeah.
if you play your cards right.
And
But it's tricky, isn't it? To kind of to know what strategy to go for. You just don't know what's going to happen in the rest of the race.
I think Crimsonian, yeah, he's gonna enter the pits because I just saw his tire wear. It's almost at 30% or 20% for his.
P3 also in the pits, dump truck.
Oh, and dump truck picks up the 5-second penalty for speeding. Yeah,
I'm
so
not seeing anybody else in the pit. Oh, we've got Nico Rosberg is in the pits.
yeah, so it looks like they're all taking up your idea here, just going into the harder tire and seeing what you can do with that, and go on softs later on if more safety cars do come up. And I'm just gonna try going down the grid here to see everyone's tire wear. So right now, Legion, he's on 10% on his fronts and 20% on his backs. Much better than Crimsonian had. Grosjean,
Who was in chat saying that they reckon Legion's gonna win this one? They may be on to something there. I
yeah.
think it might have been Satoshi maybe, or oh, it's flap said all my money on Legion, so he may get a good cashback on this one. I was on board with Legion there, and I was watching the safety car, and I was pretty sure the safety car hit the wall.
Even the safety car has to call a safety car for himself.
No. I think my boy has had a bit too much vodka coming into this race.
Do they have a backup safety car? Just in case?
Maybe.
Nah,
The
that's
risk,
funny.
what do? The safety car is just vibing out and then just spins out, crashes.
Oh,
Not
and the
even
safety car's in. Right away. Pretty fast. I just want to mention, it's been... Like, I'm watching everyone drive through the safety car. It's kind of impressive compared to other leagues I've seen. A lot of people tend to get past each other. But here we go, the safety car's in. Legion's going to start us off again as we, I think the light's green, right? I don't know.
Yep, we're away. Yeah.
Here it is, we're away again.
Bruce James actually got a pretty good start in P2 as well. He's right on the back of Legion already, but Philo in P3 has dropped off a little bit. Caught napping probably, and he's got Neon Rays right behind him, keeping him honest.
Yep, and they built a 1 second gap to Philo.
Oh,
Fortune on the Grand Pit's gonna wing change. Big shame for him in his own Grand Prix.
Let's see what's
Do you like
happening in
that
the
something?
midfield.
It do be like that sometimes.
Crimsonium gets past Ozil. Now he has to deal with the first female driver in front of him. And it looks like so far...
Sorry, Van, I was going to say, I had a word with Elementrix for the race. I was just send her, from last week's race, some advice would be to, don't be too cautious. I know that she's kind of new to the league racing scene, but, you don't want to be too cautious. Like, you don't want to brake, if a car is behind you, you want to let them pass. You can just ease off the accelerator and stay off the racing line, those kind of things.
Yeah.
And I see she's taking up my advice here. She's letting Ozil through as well, P10, so She's just doing her own race here, just trying to keep it on track and make the most of these safety cars.
Yeah, Tupaka's done a really good job at the moment. He's gained 10 places from the start.
Yeah, Buck has done an impressive job pushing himself up to field. And I know last race, I believe he also retired that race. So he's going to be looking for some points here to make those up.
Yeah.
And
I've got Game Niebuhr in chat saying, how did Fortune Hunter have to pit after the safety car? Why did he get front wing damage in under the safety car? So I'm just going to nip out and check and see if I can find out that information. So I'll be right back.
my guess would be if he had to do it after the safety car is the person in front of him was probably going too slow or he was going too fast and they brake checked or something. Tends to happen, as a lot of people haven't really drove under the safety car lately because it just came out in this patch, or at least more frequently. So people are still adjusting to it. And DRS is finally enabled here in lap 6 from Zonium, putting another fastest lap here, 12.6. So he's making his way back up the field, trying to grab his first position again, away from Legion, but it looks like the gap these two have right now is being caught up by Philo. We're going to have a close race right now. Looks like up until, honestly, everyone's really close. Just one mistake and you can be at the back of the grid if you're not careful enough.
So easy to do in this track. As DRS is now enabled, so that's another thing to take into consideration. And I did find out about Fortune Hunter. He span onto the safety car. He says his tires were toast, so he decided just to go in, get front wing change, and put those mediums on. So he's obviously hoping for another safety car.
Yeah, Hunai, those mediums definitely won't last, so they're gonna have to repit for either new mediums or 2 more softs, I believe. It just depends what happens if there's going to be another safety car here. Oh, when Tupaka just pushes Crimsonium into the wall here, I don't think he took any damage, luckily.
Yeah, they were too wide up the final straight there, as were Flesh River and Slashbang. So yeah, Crimsonium lost a bit of time there and a bit of momentum. He's currently P7. He is recovering quite well. He's of course on the medium tires, so you will see these front guys. They're probably these front guys on the soft tire. They're praying for a safety car. I bet around about now. Do you know when the softs, like how long the softs can run for?
Yeah, it's like it's around 9 to 10 laps. The softs can last.
10 laps. Okay, so there's still a few laps then left in the tire.
Huani claims that that the mediums won't last for softs again. The softs are good for 8 to 9 laps. Doing another 24 laps on these mediums wouldn't be possible, apparently. And mediums are like 16 to 19 laps, according to Huani.
Yep. I believe that's correct.
Got some yellow flags.
Up in sector 2
I think it's
here.
Elementrix who has spun. Big F.
See here, Crimsonium's back on the attack with Tupaka. He's right behind him, looking for that move into turn 1 here as they pass the finishing line. He takes the fastest lap again. He will make the move stick going on the inside. Very well done by him. But oh, Tupaka comes right back, but nope. Well, who will win out of this? I think it's going to be Crimsonium. This is not a corner you want to take too wide, and they don't. Oh, this pushes him into the grass here, so a lot of rough fighting here right now. These two drivers who don't want to lose any of their positions right now.
Yeah. Oh! Gets pushed.
They get pushed.
And almost lost the car. Gee whiz. He
These
was lucky
two.
to get away with that, and he's still in front as well.
They're having a fight here, and now up front, Grosjean loses the position to Philo. Got to be careful now. Legion now building a 2-second gap right now in the first place. And here we come into the hairpin. Didn't see anything too crazy.
You can see the DRS effect in full effect here on the back straight. I think, who is it? Philo up front will not have DRS. Gross Jeans and Neon will, as will No Frets behind.
And we have 2 people going in the pits.
Oh, it was almost too wide going into the pits, and Crimsonium picked up a penalty there.
Wow.
That was close going there into the pits.
The No Frets opts to stay out. Let's see what his tire wear is.
Philo gets held up in the pits while Grosjean gets ahead of him.
Ooh. That's interesting. A lot of people entered the pits, so it makes sense for him to get held up there for a little bit. No Fret's got to be careful now as he... oh, and there we go. We have a crash between Crimsonium and No Fret's. Crimsonium right now, and a lot of drama right now. No Fret's just slowing the car down for some reason instead of moving. I guess he wants to join it safely, but he does have wing damage.
Crim's under a lot of attack here from Tabaka again, who's
Yep.
back in the mix.
And these
he
two,
sticks his nose in.
they're
That's
having a
tight.
very, very aggressive fight, but looks like Tabaka might just back off for now. Crimsonium did take out...
Oh!
What do you see?
That slash bang, he spun around in the same corner. There was a crash between Crimson and No Threats, and then we'll try and get back on track as far as we're done, and then he spun again. It's very unlucky for him.
From wing damage from that as
Yep.
well. So, Fortune Hunter, as you can see here, he was way off the pace, but he's back in the game. He's P14 at the minute.
Oh, and they're about to go
Slash
free
bang.
wide into the chicane. Oh no, that's just the angle.
No.
It looked like it was going to be, but Hoopy goes into the pits and no Frets as well. He's gonna have to switch his wing here, which is gonna cost him a lot of time as the back of the drive or grid starts catching up. And now it looks like only Slashbang is on softs at the moment, and he's actually gonna come into the pits as well. Legion picks up a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. That could have been for corner cutting or exceeding track limits. Don't know. And we're seeing some gaps form at the moment, the most notable one being 11 seconds between 9th and 8th, and 5 seconds or 8 seconds.
Legion's going for a move on Nico Rosberg. Nico on his hard tires.
Yep.
Yep, Legion got past him, made it look easy there. Obviously got a lot of pace in that Ferrari right now. I've got a bit of intel as well. Apparently Slash Bang hit the reset button to get himself back on track, which is obviously a big no-no in league racing. So FAA might want to have a look at that afterwards. And also a few mentions, people in chat. Hoini giving us great intel on strategies and etc. But Game Niebuhr is saying if you get no penalties in this race, you should be driver of the day automatically. I would tend to agree with that. Slash as well is saying you always have to leave that space, which I would 100% agree with, unless you're racing against Slash, and which don't leave any
Excuse
space.
me.
Gesundheit.
Dankeschön. And Mr. Jack saying that we want more yeeting, less racing, and I think that's a reasonable demand.
More yeet, less racing. Is Jack Nick? Is it the same person?
I think it's Kitsune's alt account.
Oh, okay.
And here we have Philo on the move for Grosjean. He wants that position. He's going to have the DRS, but so is Grosjean here. They come into the straight. Maybe Nico Rosberg could be the victim of these two, as he's on the hards and they're on fresher, very fresh mediums.
Is his career over is the better question.
They all take the world champions pretty well. Nico's going to have some defending to do, but he does mess up the turn 1 here, and he's going to allow Grosjean to get past him. Again, this is not a turn you want to take too wide, and it looks like they won't. Nico concedes position, but now has to focus on Philo, who's going to be on the attack now, who's probably going to make an inside move. No, he's not. He's going to wait for a better corner. Nico could also make a move on Grosjean. He has DRS, but it won't be much with those hards.
Oh, Jack is Inferno Koi. I thought I recognized the name. So hello, Inferno Koi. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Tobacco picked up a 3-second time penalty there, but these guys are running very tight, aren't they? Philo, Nico, and Gross Jeans.
Yep,
Ooh,
and
Philo
Nico
goes on the inside of Nico.
Yep, and Nico now just losing positions. Now those hards becoming less and less attractive tire here as he keeps dropping positions. No, owes those 10 seconds behind him though, so he should be safe for now unless he makes a drastic mistake. Now Philo's going to be on the move for Grosjean, but Don't know what can happen. This is the closest battle we've are seen at the moment. Everyone has a pretty noticeable gap.
So effectively, Legion is leading this race because you've got the top 4 guys on those mediums, but they need to pit soon. They're 10 to 12 laps old mediums, so they'll be pitting relatively soon, I would say.
Yep,
And
in next
Legion back in the lead.
next 3 laps they should. Let me go check their tire status here. It looks like Neon Reyes, who's currently leading, he has 33% on his fronts and around 45 on his back. So yeah, he's definitely going to start losing some grip shortly. Consonium, pretty much the same thing. 35 fronts, 40s in the back. Tupaco, let's see what he does. Actually, no, Tupaco goes into the pit, so he's going for an early pit stop here. Flush River doing his debut, I believe. He's also doesn't have tunnel entry on, so I won't be able to tell. So rip. If you do,
is in the pits, so he's the first of the front guys to go into the pits.
yep, and he goes back on the new mediums here, I believe. Can he? I don't think he can actually finish them. Yeah, I don't think he can. He's gonna have to re-pit again for another set of softs. Actually, I don't think he pitted the first time. Did he? Let me check on that thing.
No, my memory is the worst.
No, that's his first stop. Okay, so he is gonna go for another pit stop later on, at around like lap 25-ish for those softs. Or 26, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
Philo is dropping off Grosjean's here. He kind of made a mistake there on one of the chicanes and has dropped him back. He's still within DRS range, so that's going to be critical, but he cannot afford to be outside the 1 second gap, or he will indeed lose DRS. He's caught up actually quite a lot there, and the final hairpin gap is 0.5. He will have DRS here, so we'll see him close up, but he will be too far back to make a move this time round. Flesh River in the pits as well there, so he's dropped back from P3 and probably going to come out around about P9 or so.
Consonium is finally caught up to Neons with a 0.4 interval. We've seen a lot of aggressive movements from Consonium. I wonder if he will... oh, Neon Reigns almost loses balance here, but he catches it, but that's going to allow Consonium to really catch up now, and he has DRS to get past him. He probably will get past him now coming into this turn here.
Oh, and it's tight too wide.
Very tight, very tight. Fasten
for both making it through, but Krim looks like he's got the inside line for the hairpin and just a little bit ahead. Neon Race going to switch back. Nicely done from Neon Race, but I think Krim's going to get a better run out.
He will have the DRS, I think.
Yeah, I wonder who's going to get DRS. I think it is going to be, yeah, it's Neon. So Neon should get this move back pretty easily.
And make the move sticky. Let's go see what's going on in the back of the grid in here with Philo and Grosjean.
Sorry, Neon went into the pits there, so Krim is indeed in the lead of this race, but he still has to pit himself.
Yep, and Legion now... oh, or not Legion. Philo taps Grosjean's wheels just a little bit coming into the World Champion's turn. And Neon, he switches to hards.
Wow, that's a bit of an interesting play. I wouldn't have went for hards myself, but...
maybe he just doesn't want to do another pit.
Yeah, I was expecting way more carnage this race, so I'm pretty impressed with how these guys are doing. Thunderdome is not giving us the carnage we so much need.
Well, the real Thunderdome is tomorrow.
Yeah.
As we can see from last week's
maybe I should make a guest appearance in the Thunderdome 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Yep. The dump truck, the current leader at the moment, he is in 12th, not having the best of races at the moment at all. And Toro Rosso, who had a very good qualifying and first and third, has just fallen off this race. Consonium will be very happy right now that he'll be getting points for himself and his team, even with his teammate not showing up today. But Legion is still technically leading.
Yeah, Legion is effectively winning this race at the moment, but Oh, and Philo cut the first corner, gets a 3-second time penalty, so that's going to really damage his chances here of podium finish. Legion as well, 3-second time penalty, so they're coming in thick and fast. These might dictate who wins this race, these penalties, so we'll keep an eye on those as we approach the final half of the race. I've got Game Neighbor in chat saying, Ocean, I told you Tier 2 is the real Thunderdome. Oh! I thought Philo was going to go for a move on Grosjean's there. Did not. Thinks better off it. He's probably thinking patience is a virtue here, because if he gets a DRS...
Well, he's going to make the
final...
move. Oh, they tap and goes, luckily.
I think he's noobed himself here, because if he's ahead, he won't get DRS. And that will allow Grosjean's just to get that position back quite handily.
Let's find out. Yeah, he gets the DRS actually, and there's also a Fortune Hunter has gone off in the second sector.
Has he got damage, I wonder?
Yep, 10% on his, or 19% on his left wing.
Oh no, it's going from worse to worse. Or bad to worse. Should I say.
Yeah.
Worse to worser.
Now Grosjean has some work to do to regain third position, though. He doesn't have any penalties, though, so he is kind of safe at the moment. But Philo is kind of getting away from him at the moment. But he does catch some grass, Philo, so Grosjean might have an opportunity coming up. Let's see, No Fret's also on a move here with Flush Driver, who just picked up a 3-second penalty as well. This thing will update. Yep, just 3 seconds at the moment.
Fortune Hunter in the pits once again, so yeah, this isn't good for him. He's putting another, well, he's actually putting the hards on this time, so that's going to try and take him to the end of the race, but he's right at the back, and unless there's a safety car, he is pretty much out of this one, I would reckon.
Yep, he's about to get lapped by Consonium. Actually, nope, Consonium joins the pits, 15 laps on mediums, and that's going to put Legion up in the front here. Let's see where Consonium exits the pits, as Grosjean and Philo keep fighting for third, or now second. And Neon Rays is catching up to his teammate. Hopefully nothing wrong goes with that, as they're both on the hards. And Consonium exits the pits right beside Tupac, who we already know. These two have been having an interesting race with each other. Very nice battle going on between them. And I believe Tupac won't be too glad that he's right behind him. Maybe he can return the favor of aggressive moves back onto Consonium here.
Yeah, Crim's on those soft, the fresher tires, so he probably, as you can see, he's pulling away already.
Yep.
Tupac did get DRS for this short straight, but I don't think it's going to be enough to keep him within striking range. And Tupac gets it all wrong coming out of the final, the second last chicane, sorry, in sector 2. Hit the wall. I don't think he got damaged though. No,
He does have wing damage, 12% on both wings, so nothing too crazy. Should keep him on.
That's interesting. That is interesting because you can't see any damage on his tire. There is a change with Nico Rosberg and Neon Race.
Yep. Oh, and Nico picks up the time penalty. I don't know if he'll fight that because he was given a little bit of space for his teammate to get past him there. Grosjean finally catching up to Philo now. Philo kind of lost a little bit of balance, but he keeps it straight. Yeah, Tupac now is just falling behind Consonium with a 2.3 second gap. Legion doing a really good job, 5-second gap. What do you see?
Crim on Nico, bit of a love tap there as they made it for a chicane. And Crim he's very punchy today, but he's pushing his luck a wee bit.
Yeah, and Consonium now has 12% damage on its right wing. You'll have to be a little bit careful.
Yeah, it's on reduced damage, so he's lucky it's not on full damage, that's for sure.
Definitely. And now Grosjean still has not made any moves for Philo. I don't know if he's going full aggressive mode trying to get past him. I don't think he is. Maybe, I don't know, he might make a move here on the inside. Yes, he does, and they kind of tap, and he kind of, oh, now he locks up. And Philo will still hold the position. No, he won't. No, nope. They're still going too wide here. They're still tapping. There's trees in my view. I can't see anything.
Oh, too wide for
Oh.
this chicane.
Oh, and there we go now. Oh, and now someone hit the wall. That's Neon Rays or Nico. Someone. Wow. Now Crimsonium put himself into fourth because one of the Renaults tapped Grosjean's rear. Made them hit the wall.
Yeah, I think Crimsonium fancies his chances of winning this race, even though he's at a bit of a disadvantage.
I don't know about winning.
Probably,
Actually,
yeah,
no,
he's
no,
probably
no.
the only person who can challenge up front. It looks like Philo and Grosjeans just don't have the pace.
Oh, and he goes right into that dive. That's a really excellent move by Crimsonian. He's doing a really excellent job today, and I just want to see the damage on Neon's. Neon's holding a 76% wing damage on his left wing, so he's definitely going to enter the pits with those hard. Oh my, and he's on the hards.
Oh, Grosjeans!
Oh.
Grosjeans sends it on Crim into the final chicane. Oh, that was so lucky. Both of them made it through there, but I'm sure someone picked up damage. But yeah, he sent it from way back. That was yeah, that was uncalled for.
Oh, and I think the person who did take damage was Crimsonium, as he gets 38% damage now on his right wing instead of 12. So that's gonna screw a little bit.
Damage there as well. The front end plate is missing from his car, but he's still on the back of Philo here.
Whoa. Something interesting. Legion pit for softs. Why?
Ooh,
Why?
okay,
It's so early. He can't make it to the end.
13
Can
laps.
wing change when chance? No.
He wouldn't be able to. He should have waited like at least 4 more laps between doing that. Oh, and he almost taps him.
Yeah, he almost collects Fresh River. Monk, guys. Yeah, it was a bit close.
What? I wonder what happened there. I'm really confused because he was leading by 7 seconds. I mean, did he hit the wall? I mean, I don't know. This is very interesting race here. A lot of interesting strategies. Somehow, Crimsonia now is in first place. I didn't believe it was actually going to happen, but here he is. Oh, but he taps the wall of champions, and now his wing damage might just be a little bit worse whenever this thing updates, which it's not, so...
Every lap, he just loses a bit of the car. Maybe this is the trick to Canada, just make a car as lightweight as possible.
Yeah. And Tupac can now find himself in third. He's going to have to fight Nico Rosbot, who, I think Nico Rosbot should pit soon. I don't think the hards can last until the end. He will have to pit.
Philo's out of the pits in P6, Grosjean's P7, and Dump Truck is now P8. So Grosjean's and Dump Truck, really, they're the guys at the front of the championship right now. And so far, Grosjean's is going to pick up the most points, so we'll stay in the lead.
And Tupaka is making a move on Nico. He should have the move done coming into this hairpin. Those hards are starting to slow down here. Oh, they're going to tap the rear, and he's just going to push him off. And now he has more damage, 25% on his left. And Rosberg will not be happy with this move here, as I can't see his tire wear because he doesn't have telemetry on air damage, so rip.
Yeah, Tupaka just noobed himself. He is missing some front end plate, and that's going to hurt him for the Grand Prix.
Yep. A lot of people got to remember that. Remember to watch what's going on in front of you, because Nico, I believe he braked early coming into that corner because of his hards.
Yeah, and he is in the pits, so he's getting... Oh, he's not going to
Mediums.
front wing change. Mediums are on the car, so that'll take him to the end of the race.
Yep,
So
and
he's
now
not doing too bad.
Legion has some work to do. He's like 10 seconds behind the... Not 10, 8 or something, 9 seconds behind Crimsonian. And Crimsonian won't have to pit anymore, I think, on those mediums. If I'm right? Hopefully. Yeah,
I think mediums will take you to the end, but those softs definitely...
Yeah,
I cannot see it.
I don't know what Legion's spot thrust was on this. Like, did he think there was only 29 laps remaining? I don't know.
Maybe he's thinking, right, I've seen some of the driving that's taking place. It's only a matter of time before there's a safety car.
Yeah, there has to be a safety car, otherwise it's just over for him.
I'm getting a comment in chat here. Crimsonian just sweeping people off from Icewind. And Game Neighbor, who is the hammer in SLR Tier 2. Now Tupac has swept Nico off. Crimson is on a keyboard. He might have harder tower. I don't think Crimson is on a keyboard, but maybe I'm wrong.
I think it is.
Is he?
Is he?
Because I'm gonna watch his wheel here because I watched my teammate Keyboard Magnuson play and his wheel kind of like janks around. I think he might be because if you can see his wheel keeps going up and down, and that's him like tapping the arrow. He might be on the keyboard. Yeah, you can just see his wheel just jiggling around because he's tapping it, trying to keep it straight.
Yeah, and also the throttle and brake inputs are just like, it's either on or off. There's no in between, so maybe
We'll have to find out.
keyboard's onto something, yeah.
That's interesting. I mean, is Magnuson here? Maybe he can tell us anything that we can look out for. Tell if he's on a keyboard. But now we have Grosjean making... Is he making a move? I don't think he is. That's a increasing the gap here. Oh, and Cantonian picks up a time penalty. Now play a little bit of a part here. What? This full penalty list? Yeah, 6 seconds worth of penalties. So if Crimsonian was not careful, Legion, who has, if this thing will update, I think it did. So, okay, Legion also has 6, I think, so never mind. I was going to say it was going to be interesting if Crimsonian would lose, winning the race again due to penalties, but at the moment as it stands, oh, and Philo just takes turn 1 very awkwardly here, and now that's going to allow Grosjean to make a move here. Dump truck picking up another 5-second time penalty. Oh, when they tap, and nothing unfortunately happens.
Yeah, a bit of an aggressive move there from Grosjean, sent Philo off track, and he's lost a lot of time here.
Grosjean will definitely be happy that he won't be staring at Philo's rear anymore. And we see a couple more.
I was going to say Legion has not been catching up with Krim. It's the gap's around about 8.3, 8.4.
Yeah, he's not.
I'd expect him to be catching up, especially Krim's carrying all that front wing damage.
And I mean, so you see all the other people, Tupaka on softs now, Flush Ripper on softs, Dump and Hoopy. Like this is the time when you wanted to go to the softs. I don't know why he went so early. He's not gonna make it unless let's see, his tire wear. I can't see it. Goddamn it. Oh no, I can't. Okay. He has 31 on his left rear. His fronts are okay right now, 21 and 16, but he's gonna lose grip very shortly. Like, oh, and Tupaka picks up the fastest lap, 11.7. And we see Flush Ripper now. He's gonna be on the move against No Frets here on his softs. He definitely should be able to get past him, and maybe even the other people in front of No Frets here as they come into the final few laps.
Philo gets past Grosjean's.
Oh, again! Wow, what happened there?
I don't know, but look at the gap of the road. It looks like they went too wide into the chicane. Yellow flag in sector 1.
That's Fortune Hunter.
Fortune Hunter, yeah. On the hards.
Yep.
He's struggling big time at the back here. He's quite a bit off the pace, it seems.
Grosjean now, he's falling back too. Nico might have an opportunity now. Nico finally on his mediums. He's gonna make a. I honestly think Nico, who did a pretty good drive on the hards, might be able to pull up a podium here against Grosjean and Philo.
Yeah, and a bunch of time penalties coming up again, so it's really going to be down to time penalties and deciding this race. Legion picking up another time penalty.
Is he going to look for the move here? Nope. Looked like he was. Nico just going to bide his time and wait for the perfect moment here. He might be doing it soon. Dump truck picks up the fastest lap, only by like, holy shit, like by, oh my, excuse me, but by a hundredth. Very close time with Tupaka, who described it earlier.
Oh, Nico thinking about going too wide into the second last chicane, and he's just lining up Grosjean's here. I think it's only a matter of time before he gets past him.
He will, because he's honestly been driving really excellent every time I've seen him, other than the time he got hit by someone, I forgot who.
Yeah, and Ozil as well in P6 is right behind these two guys, and this battle's playing into his hands because it's bringing them back towards him.
Yep. Oh, and he finally taps the Wall of Champions.
Yeah, just grazed it there. Got away with it, thankfully.
Can't see his tire damage or wing damage. Looks like it's fine though. No, look at this train in the first sector. There's like so many cars. I think
Yeah.
it's up into it's third to 10th right now, all in a little train here. They gotta be careful now. All your points can go away in a snap. You lose a little bit of concentration, it's gone.
And dump truck
Switching
is
to
putting
Athos.
Sorry, I was going to say dump truck is putting in the fastest laps here. He's currently P11, but he also picked up a 3-second time penalty there in the process, so he's pushing the track limits. And Icewind in chat is saying that Krim took out no fret. Dump truck is... He maybe could get a point or two in this race if he plays his cards right. But the time penalties are not going to help his case at all. There's a lot of battling going on in this train up ahead in the mid-pack. I think it's only a matter of time before something, the Wall of Champions or something claims another victim.
Yep, and I think the time for another safety car might be running out here because, if I believe I'm correct, the safety car can't come out until the final 3 laps. I'm not sure how exactly it works. We could see a virtual safety car, but for a real safety car, I think time is running out here for Legion, who's still looking like... Let's look at his tire wear as he comes to 8 laps on his tires. His rears are looking at 50%, and his fronts 31 and 24. So unless he feels very comfortable driving like the way he is, he will see himself lose a lot of grip and time here, but he does have a 10-second gap between thirds, so maybe he thinks he can do it. So first place is not happening.
There was a driver last week had 97% on one of their tires as they crossed the finish line.
I think that was a Gary in tier 2 or one of the McLarens.
Yeah, that's the first time I've ever seen that. That's
So I mean, yeah, it's possible. Yeah. If you're comfortable with it. And people are picking up more time penalties. And actually, let's see, how much is this total time penalty? 9 seconds. So he's gonna be falling way back. Like he could be potentially in 9th, I believe. So even though he's currently in third, he's gonna be falling super down the grid. Like, depends on other time penalties here, but he has the most out of everyone, like in the midfield at the moment. That is insane. And Quinzonium is finally catching up to some back markers here. We might see some blue flags come out for a good second. And so far, honestly, I gotta say this midfield train fight that we're seeing here between like all these drivers, it's been pretty clean. So that's really nice to see. Everyone here is driving safely and competitively and fast. Here we come to the Wall of Champions. Will we see another victim? That looks good. Oh, someone kind of tapped it, but that could have been lag, as it looks like the cars are kind of lagging. It's funny to see that all these people who switched to the softs a couple laps ago, they haven't really gained any positions compared to everyone else. And Nico picks up a time penalty. He's on 6 now. So Philo might be lucky that the rest of the grid's also picking up a whole bunch of time penalties. Otherwise, he would see himself move down to like 10.
Nico's right on the back of Gross Jeans here. Is he going to go run outside?
He might. Ooh, another camera angle.
He's better holding off, I think, for this DRS trade, because I think Gross Jeans is about to fall out of DRS range of Philo.
Yep, and what a battle.
Ooh. Nico got a bit of tank slapper on as he gets it all, a lot of opposite lock on the steering wheel there, but he managed to control it and has fallen off the back of Gross Jeans here quite considerably. So Legion, how's his tires looking now as we approach the last few laps of the race?
2 laps remaining. He has his softs on the rear 60%. So, I mean, I think, yeah, there's no point in pitting anymore, so... Oh, actually, Legion has 9 seconds worth of penalties. And he only has a 6-second gap between Philo, so... Legion might fall? Maybe?
I think he might, yeah. And Krim has got 6 seconds, so I think he's got this race in the bag. If he just keeps it on track right now, he's got a 12-second gap back to Legion, so may well pick this one up.
I'll be interested to see who doesn't have any time penalties.
Yeah, driver of the day material for sure.
So when Philo takes it awkwardly, I don't know if it'll be enough for Grosjean and Nico to get past him though. The gap's starting to build on the top 10 finally.
Oh,
and here we
Grosjean's
go.
going for a move on Philo in the final chicane. Oh, and he taps him.
And now
It's
Nico's
like-
gonna make the move now as well.
Yeah, Philo's run out of the final chicane was compromised.
Oh, and now
heavily
Nico's
there.
going for the move. But he won't be able to make it stick at all, but he's gonna come on the outside now. Nothing's gonna happen though. Oh, and he taps the wall.
Yep, and
Now-
Philo gets back past him again.
Yep.
So he's really running out of laps here, and he knows that. And yeah, it didn't work out that time, but he's got another lap after this one. We're on the penultimate lap right now. Oh, and he's going to come under attack again as Philo, as Nico is looking up the inside of the chicane here. Comes out of the move, doesn't want to go too wide through there again. He doesn't want to risk losing it at this point in the race. Also is positioning himself nicely, though he's P6 at the minute.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's any penalties as such.
I can check. He has, I think, 6 seconds.
6 seconds, so he might be okay if he just does what he keeps doing here. He's very low in the DRS, so he should really use his time to build up his DRS for a final charge. But he's on the last lap now, so not much time to do that.
There's
There is a
this-
move up front. Oh, Philo's going to go on the outside of turn 1. He had the back out of that move.
And Fortune Hunter again, just causing another yellow flag for himself here. Very unfortunate by him. Unfortunate Hunter.
Unfortunate.
Tinkies.
Misfortune Hunter.
God, I'm really enjoying this battle right now between position 3 to 7 right now. All these drivers just doing an excellent job of driving very clean. Nice.
Yeah, I think we're in the last.
Oh, and Philo makes a really... Oh my god, wow.
What a move from Philo.
that was crazy for sure.
Something else, yeah.
I mean, Philo knows he has a time penalty, so I mean, I wonder...
Oh, also been on the inside of Nico as well.
And this is the final lap here as Crimsonian's about to get past the finish line to win this race.
Oh, this final chicane's going to be a mess.
Yeah, it's going to be a complete mess. I'm excited to see what's going to happen here.
So Crimsonian wins the race, but we've got a battle at the back here. Philo makes it through
Oh,
safely.
everyone
Who
takes
didn't
it
get a
safely.
penalty? I think
So it went by pretty safely. Here we go. Yep, you can see Philo just dropping down. Oh my god. No, Frets picks up the second position. He was so far back. He was like an 8th. What the hell? Wow. Wow, that is just insane here. And Philo pushing himself to
sick.
8th.
That is sick.
Wow. Neon Rays in 3rd. I mean, wow. That is crazy.
No frets.
That
was the
is
biggest
crazy.
Threat of the all.
Like, wow, he's definitely going to be happy with that.
Absolutely, that was good stuff from him. So I think he's driver of the day automatically. It would seem. anyway.
Wow, I mean, let's see what's as Limitrix gets passed on very nice 12th position with Slash Bang right behind her. OP is going to cross the line. He taps the wall champions for the final time. Now Fortune Hunter as well. Coming here, and that is the Tier 3 Canadian race done and over with. Well, it wasn't a very interesting midfield battle. This is definitely one to watch here. Honestly, one of the best midfield battles I've seen. Very close action. And congrats to Crimsonian for finally picking up his win here that he should have got last week. And here he goes. onto the podium. Let's see. Oh, and No Frets picks up no penalties as well. So that's okay. Yeah, no doubt. He's driver today
Yep.
for me. No penalties.
Confirmed.
He got himself a second position from being like in 7th or 8th or like even 9th. But like that's just impressive
That's
here.
crazy. That is crazy.
It just proves that if you can like practice track and know the track limits, like you will be rewarded. And here we can see everyone's penalties. Like, oh my god, look at this. We're going to be scrolling for quite a bit here. Whole bunch of warnings and penalties coming up. And let's see, here are some tire strategies you guys can see here. Dump truck going with 4 tires. And so does Hoopy. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and walk our ourselves over to what's it called, the interview room. So let's go ahead and walk. Don't worry about that. Here we go. So let's what do you want to pick up? Let's see. Crensonium is waiting at the moment. We should definitely get I want to get Legion at least as well if we can.
Yep. Let's bring Krim in first, as he is the race winner. Is that the first of the season for you, Krim?
Oh, it's my first win ever.
Hey.
I mean,
Well,
technically last week counted, except you had that penalty. So I mean, congrats on this win that you got for real now.
Thank you so much. Fucking finally.
I know you're definitely happy because both Toro Rossos were right next to you in the start of the race, and then they ended up not getting any points. So that's really good for you and your team, Alfa Romeo, as well.
Yes. Oh, it was hell out there.
We were kind of joking on stream, Crimsonium, about we saw you picked up quite a bit of damage on the front wing, and we were kind of saying maybe it's better to be, to lose some weight on the car. And was that your strategy, or was it just, yeah?
I don't know. Well, I drove as fast as I can, and my team, so the team with Jeff, told me I should do a two-stop strategy. So, and the safety car in the, I think, first lap or something like that, was perfect. So I could just easily drive into the pits, change my tires. The most of the field was not stopping so far, and yeah, well, so I could
So
easily do my strategy. And well, yeah, losing some white, I think I should think about it with Mosey.
gotta ask you something. Do you think you were a little bit aggressive in the early stages of the race? Because we did see a little bit of fighting between you and Tupaka going on there.
Yes, I think sometimes I'm a little bit too aggressive, but there were many moments in the race, I think, where I was in the wrong place at the wrong time. So there's something with Tupaka, I think he just came in. There was few corners in front of the World Champions that chicane. Don't know, he come back on the race line and come straight on my braking line, and yeah, well, what should I do?
Yeah.
If you got that on stream, so
So it seems like from the chat, Legion accidentally chose softs when he pit, so he did lose a lot of gain time that he had.
oh well.
Yeah, that happens. But I mean, you still deserve that win. That was a pretty good gap you built between everyone else, and I think you also fell behind early on, and then you caught right back up with ease.
Well, yes, there was the first after the safety car. I ran through the field. It was it was interesting. So there was the first, the second, the third, and so on and so on. And no, also it was fast, I would say.
Where was your teammate today, Krim?
I think he is not here. He's in the holidays, I think. Driving
Right.
skis in the Alps, I think he is. In
Yeah.
Austria.
Well, here you represented Alpha pretty well today on your own. You picked up maximum race points, 25 points for you, so that'll do well for Alpha and for yourself in the championship. So how are you feeling about the championship? Do you think you can make a play for the #1 spot?
Oh well, we have to look, right? So there are many races coming, and yeah, well, there's definitely some coming, which I'm not be fast.
This win puts you up into first in the tier.
Oh well, nice. But don't forget about One Tuck. He wasn't here today. He wasn't here last race, but he will come back. So
Wait,
I
who?
feel a little bit One Tuck, or he's called. Is he? We wrote in front of the race. Tuck.
You mean dump truck?
No, the one of the Ferrari boys.
Oh
Tugs.
yeah. Tugs, yeah. Remember
I
that.
don't know. I call him One Tuck.
Yeah, he didn't show up in Spain, so
Yeah, well, and he didn't show up this race, so I don't know. I have a fear from him. So he's way more faster than me, and remembering Baku, he was
yeah.
straight first 2 laps. He was 3 seconds ahead, so it is going to be stressful, but I think we can do it.
Yeah.
Hmm,
Well,
maybe
listen. If you send me enough money, I will just say the season ends here, and you can take the title.
How much do we have to talk about it?
Yeah. We'll PM me, bro.
Okay,
But yeah, good race, man. Yeah,
thank you.
you know, I think like around the, after the first pit stop, we're kind of questioning, why you pitted so early, and
Yeah,
um,
well, it was not my idea. It was from the team, and I think if the game says me to stop, so it would. I think I thought myself it would be maybe a little bit dumb, but in the end, it perfectly fits. So
Yeah, you gotta trust Chef, you know? He knows the best.
yes, he does.
okay,
And
well,
who's not trusting in Jeff? Come on.
oh, I'm a big favorite of hitting that "shut up, Jeff" command.
Oh
It does
well,
my head in.
I have done that a few times also in my career, and most at the time to 75% he's right. So no problem. But I would have pitted if Jeff didn't call. I would have also pitted. So don't know.
Well, it worked out in the end. You got the race win, first one for you. So maybe first of many. We'll see. Next race is
France, France.
France. Yeah. How do you feel about France?
Oh well, in my career, I'm driving career since many careers. No, and from my feeling, I'm not that good at France. So maybe
Oh,
it's.
I have a
Mhm.
question for you, Krim. Are you on the keyboard?
Yes, I am actually.
Ooh,
Oh,
wow.
wow. I didn't know that. That's interesting, yeah.
Yeah, we
Oh
were
well,
pondering about that during the race.
well, I can't. I have tried to drive with a pad. My brother got me a pad, but definitely sucked on pad, so I can't drive on it. And I got a steering wheel, but it's a bad one, so I can't really drive with it. And I have tried to drive. Muzi Gaming once lent his steering wheel because he's living a few houses away from me. Um, and I don't know. I can't pick up pace with steering wheel and with the pad, but I'm trying with steering wheel that I can sometime drive with a wheel.
Yeah, I feel you, man. I mean, that's still impressive though on a keyboard. I think some people are also on pad here and steering wheels, so
Yeah, well, I'm coming to Keyboard Magnuson.
yep.
Keyboard Warrior point two, yeah, it's happening. Tier three. You got to represent the keyboard warriors, and I'm getting confirmation that you are top of the charts. You're on 50 points, I believe. Cross Jeans is on 49, No Fred 48, so it's very tight. Oh, Crim's running on also 49, so I think you're joint in the lead with Cross Jeans then, according to that information. But we'll confirm that after the race. We'll get some official standings out. But yeah, and bask in the glory, man. Enjoy this win. You've got a week until France, so hopefully you make it back-to-back wins. And look forward to seeing you on track again.
Oh well, and actually with a stream.
Yeah.
Oh, now we're
Stream.
talking. Now we're talking.
So about a stream, I've told you watching my streams. You told me. I've
Yeah.
said it one time. Um, I thought it's with my PC. I got a new PC here, and there's just missing one little plate to build in, and then I could build. I thought I could build up this PC today and could drive with it and could stream with it and every don't know, in the best resolutions and FPS and don't know. But yeah, DHL didn't
That's
deliver.
that is a shame because I mean a race win. That would have been a good one to watch. But yeah, next week we'll be back, I'm sure, and streaming, and I'll look forward to watching that after the race. So going to move you back into gentleman's lounge for now. Thanks for joining us on chat, and
Yep.
congratulations once again.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you.
Right.
Alright.
So I think the man of the moment will
No
bring
fret.
in next. Yeah. So we've got no Fred in the commentary booth. Hello, how are you today?
I'm good, thanks.
Good stuff, man. I mean, Van, I'll let you take this one.
So, what's your initial thoughts when you cross the line and the
I was,
race?
I was expecting a couple of places, but not that many.
Yeah, I think you were like 8th, right, or 9th, and then you just boosted yourself up to 2nd.
Yeah, I think so. I think something like that.
That's a really nice
Eighth,
job
maybe?
because you didn't get any penalties. You're the only driver to not get any, so I mean that's very impressive. Very hard to do on Canada with the World Champions turn. A bunch of very tight track limits here. So did anything happen in your race that you'd like to talk about?
Yeah, Grim hit me. So I had an incident on, I don't know what lap it was, first, second lap, I don't know. But yeah, I went off essentially, and I had to have a slow rejoin. I think I lost 3-4 places with that.
Yeah, I think we may have caught. If I remember, because someone did
Yeah,
talk about it.
I think we did catch it on stream, yeah. And you know, if anyone else listening, and this goes for yourself as well, no, Fred. I mean, if you've any recording of bad driving or questionable moves, get it reported. FAI will have a look at that. Yeah, I think Crimsonian said himself he was being a wee bit pushing his luck a little bit, and it does happen sometimes. So yeah, report any incidents you see. But I want to talk to you about your name, No Fred. Is that the kind of yeah, or is that the aimed at you flying under the radar to do stuff like this, where you're like P8 to P2?
Well, it works either way. If I'm terrible, then it just means what it is. If I'm good, then it's quite funny because people don't expect it.
Exactly. Yeah, I like it. I like it. I like the thinking. But P2, man, so you get driver of the day as well. You'd be glad to know.
Oh,
We
cool.
kind of say, you know, a few people said in chat, whoever gets no penalties for this one is automatically driver of the day. And then we saw you rocket up to
Yeah.
P2, and we're like, yeah, how could we give it to anyone else? We've got France coming up next. So, how are you feeling about that one?
I'm not that familiar with France. I've not driven it a lot, but I don't really like the track either, to be honest.
Well, it's another one where the track limits, you know, they're quite, it's quite easy to pick up penalties there. So if you do keep it nice and tidy, you should pick up a few positions again. So maybe we'll see another P8 to P2 move at the finish line.
Maybe so.
Yeah, so we'll look forward to that next week. And I'd just like to say thanks once again. Congratulations on P2, the podium finish. It should put some points in your pocket for the championship. And we'll speak to you next week, hopefully.
All right, thanks.
Okay, cheers, man. Bye bye.
Now we'll bring up Neon.
Neon, yes, we'll bring Neon and.
All right.
Hello.
Hello.
Good
Hello, Neon.
morning, I guess. No, evening.
Evening, yes.
Yep.
How are you after that race?
I'll be honest. Before speaking to Crimsonian, slightly salty because I was really I usually I'm kind of confident in like keeping tires alive. I was watching the stream. You guys were like, "What the hell? He's going on hards."
Yeah.
But no, I'm pretty confident with keeping my tires alive. But you know, what happened into Vettel's corner? Sorry, I don't know the correct name for it, but you know which one. There was an accident in front of me which I avoided. Had a sigh of relief, and then Crimsonian went into my back, which ruined my wing. And
I think we caught that in the middle of the race too, if I remember right.
perfect. I mean, I could as well recorded the whole thing. So.
You were like 7th, right? And you jumped to 3rd. What was your
Yeah,
what was
I
your
started
reaction?
in 7. Well, I mean, I don't know. I didn't really have much of a reaction because I was just thinking that just don't get involved. Just don't get involved. Avoid everything, and then
Yeah.
I just race my own race. maybe do a few overtakes, but whatever happens, happens. And then obviously I'll be honest, the when the safety car came out, I was really ecstatic because I knew that everyone else was on softs pretty much, and because of that, their tires are gonna be kind of dead at the end of the safety car, or at least they're not gonna have as much of an advantage compared to my mediums. So I was really happy with that safety car coming out at the start.
Yeah, because that was JC hit the wall champions like right away.
Is that literally nothing else? Just
Nope,
he
JC he
spun
was
out.
he was leading and then he just hit the wall champions. He was gone,
Are you sure
retired.
no one hit him?
I don't think Ocean. Were you watching that? Because I didn't see that happen. I just saw the aftermath.
I could be
Okay.
wrong, but on my screen it looked like he just hit the wall, and he did that thing where he hit the wall in the sweet spot where his car just stopped dead, and that was him dead as well.
That's no, but I was just sort of like no threats. I saw you got 0 penalties. I was hoping for that to be the outcome for me as well, but my game was freezing a few times during the race, which is kind of annoying because I'm just outside the DRS range, and then all of a sudden no threats is on my ass. But yeah, one of those times it was like just before a corner, and it gave me a little bit of a slide and gave me a penalty for it. So didn't appreciate that.
And whenever you came into this league, am I right in saying that you and your friend, is it Tupaka,
Yeah,
you hadn't league raced before? You'd only done like online stuff, and
only online, and only the multitude of attempts at league races with AI between me and him.
yeah.
Well, you're doing
Yeah,
pretty
other than
good
that,
for your first
I'd
league.
ho- I'd hope so. To be honest, what's it called? I joined a few other leagues as well to get as much practice in as possible. And to be honest, this is like my worst league. I'm doing the worst here. I'm like first in another one.
Do you think it's
Um,
because everyone's a little bit harder to race against? Like, are they better than you, or is it because?
um, I don't. Hmm. No, it's mostly just due to my penalties. The penalties, and yeah, it is a little bit harder as well. The driving level is definitely more mixed in here. Like
Yeah.
you have no threats. You've got Crimsonium. You've got I think Relay. No, I might be mistaken, but definitely them too. It's usually I'm just like as soon as I see their names behind me, I'm like, God damn it, no, please get away from me. I don't want to be a part of this. Let me just drive away. And then I'd usually it would usually cause a mistake, but yeah, no. I mean, it might be harder, but it's no less fun.
Well, yeah, I think that's the transition has been pretty smooth for you from not league racing to league racing, because when you're racing against AI, I know personally what I do is like if I'm trying to overtake someone, I just kind of barge my way past,
Pretty much.
Yeah. So in league racing, obviously that's a big no-no, and that's one of the biggest things I notice is that, like if you're passing someone, you can't just put your elbows out and you know use them as a way to brake for corners and stuff.
Yeah, to be honest, that yeah, you could see two occasions where I still like tried barging fast. One was in Spain and the other one was in China. I think Spain right after the safety car. I tried a move on JC into a corner and slid because of it. And then on China, it was in the long right-hander at the start, and that one caused me to kill Grosjean's on the re-entrance accidentally. But I think especially in this race, I think I'm getting used to it a bit more now.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you've definitely got some potential. Bit of a dark horse, I think, and I think you're just going to improve as the season progresses. So, congrats on your finish today, though.
Yeah.
Got some points in your pocket, and we'll put out the standings hopefully in the next day or so. And I think it's pretty tight at the top though. It's all to play for. It's early days yet. There's a long way to go to the end of the season. So yeah, get the head down and get grinding France because that's a real rhythm track. It's very flowy, but if you can get the
Mhm.
rhythm nailed, you're in with a good chance at good
Uh,
points.
yeah, to be honest with France, I'm kind of happy France is next because I'm I don't know. I love the track. I might not be the fastest on it, but I can definitely find some time where other people can't. Usually, in most races, it's the first sector that I do the best. But we'll see because Tupac as well. Actually, we had a race not too long ago in France, and we literally did a qualifying time within 7 thousandths of each other. He got first, and I got second.
Cool.
We'll see how that race is gonna go if he doesn't invalidate it. That is.
Are you guys not teammates? So if you're friends in real life?
A good question. I think it's because well, because I went with Renault because Renault is like my team, a nostalgic team from 2018. Right? So I went with Renault and I had Satoshi as a teammate at the start there, whereas Chipaka went with Williams. So it's pretty much just because Satoshi was in the Renault seat.
Yeah, well, if you get to pack out to message Wimpy, we can maybe try and sort it out so you guys are in the same team. Because I always like to see that if guys are know each other in real life or whatever, or race with each other all the time. It's good to have them in the same team. Kind of creates a bit of rivalry with other teams and stuff.
Rivalry. Also, what's it called? It makes sense to help each other as well, then, right?
Yeah, with the pit stops and stuff. Yeah.
Pit stops. There's what's it? Slipstreams in the qualifying, all that. Yeah, I'll definitely ask him, and if he's up for that, then uh, and I'll bring it up with you. But other than that, I think he's indifferent about it. Hmm.
Yeah, well, I will. I'll have a word with him. I'll convince him because, like I say, I like to see that when guys are in the same team together and they can work well especially if they're mates or whatever.
Yeah.
Mm,
Um, but yeah, I'm gonna move you out of chat then. So thanks for joining us on stream. Hopefully we'll see you again in France, and hopefully we'll have Tupaka as your teammate for that one. So look forward to that one in a week's time. So get the head down, get grinding, my man,
yeah. Well,
and
thank you. Thank you.
see you on the other side.
All right, yeah, man. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, bye.
And that's
So
it, I
yeah,
think. Yeah.
that concludes Canada Tier 3. Tomorrow you guys will watch Tier 2, and the real Thunderdome will probably appear there.
Yeah, we've yet to realize the full potential of safety cars, which is 5 in one race. I've seen 4, I've never seen 5, but tomorrow could be the day it happens. So be sure to tune in for that one.
And yeah, I think we have nothing else to really talk about. So hopefully you guys have a good night. And yeah, that's it.
Yep, that's all from us. Ciao for now.